In Unit 14, Part 1, we are talking about multiplicative inverses. So in Unit 14, we're talking all about solving equations that involve fractions. So we need to start by defining a multiplicative inverse. A multiplicative inverse is the same thing as a reciprocal, which we talked about when we were dividing fractions. So when you multiply a number and its multiplicative inverse, the product is 1. Now, if you remember, we've solved equations with fractions before, but up to this point, all the fractions have had a numerator of 1. So this will be a little bit different because we'll actually have a numerator that's something else. But every time we solve equations, it always starts the same way. We're always going to box and rewrite our original. So 5 over 8. Notice that this x is next to it. It's not on the top or on the bottom. It's next to it. And so to solve this, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal of the number that's with the x. So 5/8 is with x. So we're going to multiply both sides by 8 over 5. Now the reason we do that is that these 8's can cancel out and these 5's can cancel out. So we just have x. On the other side, you might want to write 30 as 30 over 1. And then, like we learned in the unit when we multiply fractions, I want to simplify first. 30 and 5 can both be divided by 5, and then 6 times 8 is 48. So that is my answer. Looking at our next example, again, I'm going to start by boxing and rewriting. So I have negative 7 over 12x equals 14. The only difference between problem 2 and problem 1 is that there's a negative out front. So when we multiply by the multiplicative inverse, we want to multiply by the negative as well. The reason being is that we're trying to solve for positive x, so we want to get rid of the negative. So these 12's cancel each other out, the 7's cancel each other out, and the negatives cancel each other out. So all we have left is x. So then I'm multiplying 14 over 1 times negative 12 over 7, so a positive times a negative. So I know my answer is going to wind up negative. And then I can simplify. 7 divided by 7 is 1. 14 divided by 7 is 2. So I do 2 times 12, and I get 24. And that's negative 24. Coming down to number 3, I'll let you guys do that. Again, remember, you multiply by the reciprocal of the number that's with the x. So even though the x is on the right side of that one, that's still what you're going to multiply by. So let's move on to number 4. Again, I'm going to start by boxing and rewriting. And so I have 4 over 7x plus 8 equals 28. So remember, when we're solving, we're trying to get the variable by itself, in this case x. So this is going to be a 2-step equation. I cannot multiply by 7 over 4 right now. That's not going to give me my answer. So the first thing I need to do is subtract 8 from both sides. I do that because now all I have is an x on the left, and then I have numbers on the right. So at this point, I need to get x by itself. So I'm going to multiply it by the multiplicative reciprocal. Sorry, multiplicative inverse, which is the same thing as the reciprocal. So these 7's cancel, 4's cancel, so all I have is x. This is 20 over 1. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 20 divided by 4 is 5. And then I can do 5 times 7 and get 35. So a 2-step equation. Add or subtract first, and then multiply by the multiplicative inverse. Looking at number 5, I'm going to start by boxing and rewriting. I have 6 equals 1/2 x minus 1/4. Again, remember the goal is to get the x by itself. So to do that, I need to add 1/4 to both sides. So when I do that on the left, I'll get 6 and 1/4. On the right, I'll have 1/2 x, because the negative 1/4 and the positive 1/4 cancel out. Now I need to multiply by the multiplicative inverse. I'm going to change this mixed number to an improper fraction because I think that's easier. You can multiply it as a mixed number, go for it. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 2 over 1. So on the left side, 2 divided by 2 is 1, 4 divided by 2 is 2. So I'll get 25 over 2. On the right side, the 2's cancel, the 1's cancel, I just have x. Now this is 25 over 2, I need to rewrite that as 12 and 1/2. Alright, I'm going to leave number 6 for you guys, so you guys are in charge of 3 and 6. Make sure you check those on the answer sheet. On the back side of the cup, we've got a word problem symbol here. It says the weight of a bull calf is 388 kilograms. If its weight increases at a rate of 1 2/5 kilograms per day, how long will it take the bull calf to reach a weight of 500 kilograms? So we want to go with the rate that it's going to increase plus its current weight is going to equal the goal weight. So it's increasing at 1 2/5 kilograms per day. So I'm going to put a D here per day. Okay, plus the weight we're already at, which is to the 88. And then that's equal to the weight we're trying to get to, which is 500. So two-step equation, I'm going to subtract 388 from both sides first. So that will give me 1 2/5 D equals 112. I'm going to turn this mixed number into an improper fraction. So I'll get 7 over 5D equals 112. And then I can multiply by the multiplicative inverse. So multiply both sides by 5 over 7. So 5s will cancel, 7s will cancel. I'll just have D. I have 112 over 1. 7 divided by 7 is 1. 112 divided by 7 is 16. And then 16 times 5 is 80. Now just writing 80 doesn't mean anything, so you put 80 days. That's how long it's going to take. Alright, some review problems for you. The first section on your solving inequalities and graphing. Okay, I'm going to do the first example for you just in case you forgot how to do this. I'm going to box and rewrite. This is a two-step equation. So I'm going to add 17 to both sides. I add 17 because I want to get the y over here by itself. And then I can divide both sides by 2, so I'll get y is greater than 14. So that's solving an inequality. Then graphing your solution. This is 14. I'm going to put an open circle and go to the right for greater than. If it was equal to, it was greater than equal to, I'd close it in. Less than equal to, I'd close it in. Okay. Greater than, open, less than, open. Okay. So finish those and do the word problem underneath.